For Pacifica Radio, I'm Scott Baba. The Israeli military has launched a wave of raids across the occupied West Bank, killing at least 3 Palestinians it said were militants. The raids followed a shooting attack yesterday that killed 3 Israelis. The army said it killed 2 Palestinian militants in an airstrike after they fired at troops. Another militant was killed in close quarters combat in a nearby village. An Israeli soldier was wounded. The army said the overnight operations were not related to yesterday's shooting. Jean-Marie Le Pen has died. He was the founder of France's far-right National Front, who was known for fiery rhetoric against immigration and multiculturalism that earned him both staunch supporters and widespread condemnation. He was 96. The president of the National Rally, as the party is now known, today confirmed Le Pen's death in a post on social media platform X. A polarizing figure in French politics, Le Pen's controversial statements, including Holocaust denial, led to multiple convictions and strained his political alliances. A strong earthquake shook a high-altitude region of western China and areas of Nepal. Today's quake damaged hundreds of houses, littered streets with rubble, and killed at least 95 people in Tibet. Many others were trapped as dozens of aftershocks shook the remote region. Laura Westbrook reports.
Video on Chinese state media from the area showed hundreds of homes had collapsed and debris in the road, making it hard for people to get around. The closest city to the quake's epicenter was Tibet's second largest city of Shigatse. This is regarded as a holy site, as the seat of the Panchen Lama, the second highest spiritual leader in Tibetan Buddhism after the Dalai Lama. Now, hundreds of soldiers have been deployed, as well as fire and rescue workers, to search for people. Chinese President Xi Jinping called for all-out efforts to rescue people. He's also ordered officials to minimize casualties and resettle those whose homes were damaged. Laura Westbrook, Hong Kong.
Vice President Kamala Harris said January 6, 2025 was a, quote, good day for democracy, as she oversaw the peaceful certification of Donald Trump's victory. In doing so yesterday, she joined a short list of other vice presidents who have overseen the confirmation of their own losses. Farah Siddiqui has more.
The Vice President Kamala Harris presided over the Senate as it certified the election of President-elect Donald Trump 4 years after the January 6th attack on the Capitol. She underscored her constitutional responsibility to ensure that every American vote counts, even during moments of division.
I do believe very strongly that America's democracy is only as strong as our willingness to fight for it. Otherwise, it is very fragile, and it will not be able to withstand moments of crisis.
In spite of the smooth process so far, David Becker with the Center for Election Innovation and Research warns that election denialism could resurface depending on the outcomes.
If in 2026 Democrats do well in the midterms, I think we could see many Republicans who embraced election denialism in 2020 embrace it again in 2026 and similarly in 2028.
Becker also notes that while denialism has primarily been a Republican issue, there are signs it could grow on the left as political tensions remain high. I'm Farah Siddiqui for Pacifica Network and Public News Service.
More storms are on the way in the southern United States after the first significant winter storm of the year blasted a huge swath of the country with ice, snow, and wind. Jennifer King reports.
The southern U.S. will endure another round of bitter cold today after a snowy winter storm that blanketed two-thirds of the eastern U.S. Meteorologist Richard Bond.
It's turning sharply colder behind the system.
Ice and snow led to school closures, power outages, and thousands of flight cancellations. Cincinnati and Louisville, Kentucky saw record single-day snowfall. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg.
The largest single-day snowfall we've had in over 25 years.
In Virginia, state police responded to over 430 crashes, and a power outage led to a boil water advisory in Richmond. The National Weather Service forecasts that Florida will see a freeze, and from Texas across the Gulf Coast, temperatures will be in the teens and low 20s. The service is also warning of destructive red flag wind conditions in Southern California through Wednesday, with gusts up to 100 miles an hour and a critical risk of wildfires. On Wednesday, another low-pressure system is forecast to bring snow to parts of Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Arkansas. I'm Jennifer King.
I'm Scott Baba for Pacifica Radio.